there are three different thinning experiments here with different goals in mind. Oftentimes, or at least too often, when you get around chemical thinning time, we sometimes have hail. And I've been asked many times, if you have hail, what effect does that have on your chemical thinning? And I had to say, I don't know, because I've never, really tested it. So this was an attempt to try to find out if hail damage or damage to leaves and fruit had any influence on the thinning capability. And so what we did is at two different times, about 7 millimeters, about 12 millimeters, we came in and punctured the fruit. There were 3 punctures for fruit, and then on the spurs we punctured with a pencil about that, maybe 7 millimeters in size or whatever. Between 2 and 4 of those punctures on every leaf in the spur. We did that 1 day before application and 5 days before application, and then we came in with 8 parts per million NAA to see if there was any response or would be enhanced thinning due to the damage that we cause on the leaves or fruit. Well, we haven't taken the data yet, but it appears as if that damage had no effect on the thinning response. And if there is none, we'll do a whole lot more damage next year until we find out whether it has no effect at all, or but at least we'll have some information to know if there is damage to either leaves or fruit, what effect that will have on thinning. We also have an experiment with Maxell on McCowan's. In the past, we've had quite a variable response with Maxell, and so this is an experiment to see if we could get just the right thinning, and also we sometimes have negative repercussions, particularly with color at harvest time. And so we've got a Maxell and Carbaryl experiment set up here to try to provide some better guidance as far as thinning McCowan's with Maxell. McCowan, of course, is a small fruited variety, and it will benefit from the increased size that Maxell can offer. And then the last experiment that we have in here is with a cytokinin. It's called CPPU, and it is a compound that is currently being used extensively on grapes, and is also used extensively on kiwi fruit. And it's what I call a super cytokinin. And what that does, it can really size fruit quite well, and it also is a thinner. And so we're evaluating this to see if it can be used effectively on apples. We've used this in the past, and it has worked well, but we've had it's such so effective in increasing size. Sometimes you have angular fruit, irregular fruit, and we've done some things here to try to overcome that response. And so we'll be able to report on this a little bit later on. So those are the 3 experiments that I have here. I unfortunately did not go into detail, but at least it gives you some idea of some of the things that we are looking at and the directions we're going.